Vamos a comprar cualquier pena.
Welcome back, guys. Headed up to the cabin again. It's September 10th. It's been a lot going on, as I'm sure you could imagine. Last time we were up here, they were finishing up some of the beams being raised for the deck. Had to have all that done before they could get the roof really started on the front portion of the great room. So what we're gonna find today is gonna be a surprise to both of us, because I haven't seen it yet. I've been told that really there's only like a day left of framing. We do have the inspection tomorrow for framing, so hopefully they can get it all done. But there should be some roofers up there drying in the roof, getting ready for metal. Metal should be done the end of this week. So we'll just go see what we got going on. Alright guys, let's give you a quick layout of the build. This is the garage. Pretty big for a cabin garage. Probably will only have a razor that goes in here, maybe in the winters. But this closet area will be for solar batteries, inverters, maybe a little bit more storage stuff. But that's what that's for. Heading into the actual home. We'll just take a right here. We've got just a little closet area under the stairs. Then we have our first bedroom. Has a closet in the bedroom as well. And then we have another bedroom right next to it. Just a little bit bigger than the other one. Maybe kind of the master of the basement bedrooms. And coming around, we have the mechanical room. Still kind of working out the kinks on what that's gonna be like. Might be one big one, might have a wall down the center of it. Just kind of playing around with the room we have with all the utilities. We have a kind of a coat closet area right here. Laundry room, maybe some more storage in there, like bedding and stuff like that. Then bathroom, have a shower, toilet, and sink. Moving on our way up to the main floor. Off to our right is the recreation room. Have a main entry door coming from the right hand side. I'll actually show you over here really fast too. We have a pellet stove. It's gonna be a pretty decent sized stove. Puts off a lot of heat. It's actually pretty small, but just put off a lot of heat for this area. Big nice windows. Big tall ceilings, as you can tell too, which is nice. You don't get that in a whole lot of cabins with a big basement. I'll save the best for last, so let's take a left over here. We've got a bathroom here, kind of the main bathroom for anybody in the living area to use, separate from any rooms. Got a small linen closet here, as well as here. Moving into the bedroom closet. Full view of the mountainside. You can see again, nice tall ceilings. Now this is the master bedroom. Big closet, walk-in bathroom. Got a nice flow to it. Got the vanity. And then in here we'll have tub and toilet. Cool windows up high, give you some privacy, but still a lot of natural light. Cool view of the mountains. And then coming out to the best part, I think, of the whole build, really. This is the great room. I mean, the name of it does it. Justice itself, obviously. It's huge. Ceilings are ridiculously high. Haven't pulled the tape yet to see how tall that beam sits yet, but I mean, I guess at least 20, 25 feet up in the air. Pretty awesome. We're standing in the kitchen area right now. There'll be a island here. We've got the pantry, stove top is gonna be over there, sink. Haven't really decided on cabinets yet, what we're doing there, really what the design or layout will be, because we're not gonna be doing that till next year. So, big French doors that are gonna go out onto the deck on this back side. We'll have some nice railings, really nice decking. It'd be nice that it's all covered on this side too, in the winters especially. Massive windows. Big wraparound deck. We're gonna have the same stove up here as we did downstairs. And then this will be the main entrance for the deck area. There'll be a set of stairs that go downstairs, so you can access from down there, so you don't have to go through the basement. Moving on up into the loft. Cool little just nook area, cool windows, showing the pine trees outside. And I guarantee this will be a spot that the kids just love to hang out in. I know the homeowner's got grandkids, so this is gonna be just an awesome time. We'll have nice big railing, covers everything up here, but just look at the view, like super cool. Moving on over to this side, we've got two different bedrooms. So we have bedroom here, awesome, nice and big, and then we've got a bathroom here, vanity, bathtub, little linen closet, so that'll be nice. And then off this back side, we've got another deck. Won't have any access to it, just how it is, no stairs. So kids can sleep outside under the stars at night. Not have to worry about any cougars, bears, or nothing like that, because that is a thing up here. So homeowner just decided, yeah, let's just keep it inaccessible other than these two rooms. So that's gonna be awesome. But yeah, nice tall vaulted ceilings. Trusses were made specifically for that. Those are called scissor trusses. Just designed to be able to maximize the space rather than just having a flat ceiling. And it ties in nicely with all of the trusses that go over the great room. Framers did a great job. Everything looks really clean, straight lines, just how I like it. It's awesome. We're back here at the build in Huntsville. It's October 9th now. It's a lot colder, feels great, but we already had our first snowstorm since the last time you guys were up here. So the leaves are changing, it's brisk in the air. Probably only have like maybe 2 or 3 weeks left, I think, until we gotta shut it down and get everything out of here. Kind of where we're at this point is we've finished the roof. Doors and windows are all in. Electrical is almost done. We've got all the exterior sheeting done. And we also got some stairs in finally. That was like the last thing to do in the framing project, so it's nice to have access that way. The exterior, I'm sure you've seen it, but if you haven't, it's called the zip system. And it's basically an OSB sheet with a coating on it that is completely waterproof. The only thing that you have to do to be able to completely seal it up is put this black tape on it. It's also by zip system. So this tape is specific just for this. It doesn't really stick a whole lot to other products, so all they do is just kind of tape all of the seams. You don't really have to do the nail holes, but you have to do the seams. and they use a roller and roll it on. That's kind of what the manufacturer recommends for it. So now we're ready for siding to go on now. We got the stairs done. Really nothing special about stairs, but nice to have nonetheless. Had to have a 8-inch concrete pad poured for it. It's got rebar and everything in it. One of the details about it that we kind of had to pre-plan for was just making sure that we had the stairs underneath the roof structure, because otherwise if we were to go out this way, if you look up the roof, all of the snow would dump right here, and I'd be surprised if a staircase like this would make it one season of just having snow piled on it. So we had to pre-plan a little bit, make sure it was there. Reason why we had to wait until the very end to get it installed is just because we didn't know exactly where quite yet to put the concrete pad. So now that that's in, they got it in, and it's just got some temporary steps on it until we do decking next season. We're going to be doing Trex decking. I'm sure you guys are all familiar with that, but it's going to look really good. So moving on around the front. So we got some sweet windows in. Customer went with the black color. Looks really slick. They've all got kind of a tint on them. I'm not sure how much, but this front side will get a lot of sun in the summer months, so they're nice and tinted. They are a custom window. The company I went with was awesome to work with. They have their own technology for like the gas system in between panes and everything, so they're going to be really efficient. But really, honestly, what I like is just that they look really slick and clean. The customer loves them. So one thing to touch on how kind of the window install usually goes. They do have to be installed to a specific spec, and that's because we have to get it inspected by the county for one, but if you don't do it per spec, chances are you're probably going to have an issue with water coming in anyways. So you can see all the tape going around the edges. There's also tape on the inside sill that they have to wrap around. I'll show you a little bit of that at some point when we're on the inside. But there's a flange on the edge of these windows that's what they nail through into the framing to hold the window in. And then afterwards, they put all this tape around all the edges, just seals it off. The nice thing with doing this zip system is that we don't have to use a house wrap like Tyvek or any of the other products. It's ready for siding right now. So typically, like before, if you were doing a house wrap, you kind of have to integrate the house wrap with your tape, and you'd have to have a lot bigger of tape to seal it off properly. With this stuff, just one strip of tape around all the edges completely seals it off. So kind of a nice perk of doing it this way. So the doors are pretty much the same way. They don't really have a flange like the windows do. They nail from the insides out into the framing and use shims and stuff. But for this, yeah, it's pretty slick. So moving on to this front side, it's probably pretty bright over here. Kind of a surprise to me, a great surprise, is I show up today and the garage door is in. Didn't even know that it was scheduled for install, so that looks awesome. So we just went with a solid design. We didn't do any windows or anything in it. Mainly just because we wanted the most insulation value that we could get out of it to seal off the garage. Because in the garage we have solar batteries and inverters and stuff, so just want to keep it as climate controlled that we can have it. So these are like the most heavy duty insulated door that you can get on the market, so it's going to be awesome. We don't have power right now yet, so I can't really show you how good it looks opening, but just consider that it works.
How you doing?
I'm
Art. Nice to meet you.
Art?
Yes, sir.
Nice to meet you.
I'm their oldest
My
son.
son's Spence. Oh, awesome. Yeah. My wifey Heather.
How you doing, man?
I'm
Art.
gonna go to the bathroom.
Nice to meet you.
Spencer.
I just say hi to you either.
I'm Art. Nice to meet you.
I'm so glad it worked out that we were all up here at the same time. Hello.
There's the man.
We're gonna do deep knobs that I can just throw on there and walk, and then that way, like. Oh. Hello there.
Oh, fancy meeting you
I
here.
didn't see you here.
How does Ladybug doing?
Thriving by the millions. So today was kind of a fun day. On our way up to see everything at the job site today, the homeowner and their family and everything came up as well. So it was kind of fun to be able to show some of the family members that hadn't really seen any of the build up to this point, be able to like see everything and just kind of see their reactions of it. It's also pretty rare that both the customer and I are also in the same space at the same time, because I mean, for me it's like an hour and a half away to drive up here, and for the homeowner it's about 2 hours, so we don't really get up here all the time to see the same things. We're always just texting back and forth, but it's just fun to be able to enjoy some moments together up there and just gonna go over some things, ask questions, and give them a chance to see if there was anything they want to change or anything like that. But they're just stoked about it, just like I am. So just to recap, as we're heading back home from being up at the job site today, we got a chance to meet with the electrician as well as the soffit and fascia guy. They're both just about done. Electricians have been up here all week. Today's Thursday. They've been up here since Monday. Should be finishing up tomorrow for all the roughing. Soffit and fascia should be done hopefully by tomorrow. He's working on some of the higher up peak areas, the difficult spots, and then be able to finish up on the other areas hopefully all tomorrow. So that was actually the first time I had met him in person. He's super awesome. Been impressed with his work already so far. And then the other thing that was a super cool surprise was to see that the garage door was in. It's like so funny to me because I spend all day, every day scheduling, just trying to get things to like line up as easily as they possibly can, and then things like this end up just happening and I didn't even have to schedule it, so it kind of makes up for all the other times that I got screwed over. So good karma, I guess. So yeah, garage door looked awesome. We also had the stairs in outside, which I hadn't seen yet. All of the windows and doors are in, which was like probably the icing on the top. I mean, that's so nice to have those in there. It was Ladybug Central today, so there was probably 8 billion ladybugs just all over the place. Apparently I'm building a home for them as well. I have something to say really fast. We're living on the edge like big time right now. I think we probably should have ran out of fuel like 15 minutes ago. Ain't nobody got time for that.
No, we got time for that. We don't borrow time.
Yeah, borrowed time. So I hope the next clip is not us stuck on the side of the road.
What are your feelings right now making it to this gas station?
Just pure joy. I'm pretty sure if you could go into negative fuel amounts in your tank,
Yeah.
we're at least negative 10 gallons.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to take about 80 gallons to fill this up.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, overly joyed. I think my wife will also be overly joyed because that means I'll get home on time. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the build. It is November 4th. A lot has been happening as always. We have had siding going on. Solar is all done. We're really just trying to finish up everything before it starts snowing and they close the gates for the season. Up in this HOA, they don't allow you to drive up in the winter. They close down the gates. You have to have tracks and everything to get up in here. So we're obviously not going to be able to do any work at that point. So at this point, we're almost done with all the siding. That's looking great. Solar panels are all in. They look awesome. Obviously getting some sun right now. Hopefully it stays like that all winter. I know the sun gets pretty low on the ridgeline, but they're in a good location. We've got, how many? We got 6. We have 12 panels up there. It's going to be accompanied with a generator system as well that's ran off of propane tanks. So as the solar batteries start to kind of get drained, the generator will just automatically kick on. But with 12 panels, should be getting a lot of power from that. That is kind of just what we had to do really up here just because there's no electrical grid. I've had some people ask about what the off-grid actually means. And if some of you don't know what that means, that's mainly just meaning we don't have a grid to connect into, whether that's a sewer or gas, power. We're lucky enough, at least in this location, that we do have water. That would be a huge hurdle. If not, that would be a well system, but we don't have to deal with that, thankfully. So other than that, we're all off grid. Never know how to end this. So a question I get asked a lot for this build is what we were going to use for siding. And there's a lot of different brands out there, different materials, but what we're using is LP Smart Siding. So what a lot of people know as hardy board, it has that similar look, but hardy board is a cement board. This is actually an OSB material. It's just all chipboard, basically, has a lot of glues in it to hold it together, and then on the other side it looks just like a cedar type trim siding, and the coating that they put on the primer is kind of what they warranty for. A lot of people like this over the hardy board because it's better to install. It doesn't just crack in half like cement board does. There are also different styles that you can go with. You can do a board and bat style or a lap siding style. That's what we're doing on this build. So lap meaning each piece laps over the next, and it just allows the water to just kind of shed off of it. There's different widths. We went with the biggest, which is a 12-inch. They go anywhere from like 6 up to 12. I wanted to do the bigger just because it's such a big cabin. I just felt like it was going to be a better look for it. So as you can see, it's looking awesome, and who I have doing it is doing a great job. So I've been very impressed, and the customer is loving it as well. This again is just a primer color on it, so it won't be this color. We're actually going to go with like a dark green color. And one other thing that I actually saw that my siding guy is doing, which I haven't seen a lot of people do, is there's actually a metal piece of trim on each joint behind. So that way as water runs down it from rain and snow or whatever, it doesn't seep into the gaps and kind of affect the sheeting behind it. I think another thing I pointed out in previous videos is the type of exterior sheeting that we were using, the zip system. With that, we didn't have to do any of the house wrap, Tyvek, stuff like that. So that saved us a lot of time, and it's 100% waterproof even behind this, if heaven forbid water did get behind it. So some other things that we did as well, which aren't even necessarily a code thing, it's more of a preference, is there is metal flashing above all the windows and doors, anywhere where there's a transition from the lap siding into the trim around the openings. So that goes behind the lap siding, and again, it just helps prevent any of the water getting down into where it shouldn't be. This is what I'm talking about right here, is having this flashing come across. We come down our sheeting, we have this tape that goes over the top edge of this flashing, and so as water rolls down, it hits this, comes out a few inches, and then drops down. If this wasn't here, it would just go directly behind our deck ledger board, and that could cause issues down the road. So as you can see, obviously here it's not done yet, but that'll come down, slide over the top, and run off. So as I was pointing out with the flashing that goes around the deck where it meets with the house, is that you want to make sure that you have a gap here. For one, I still have decking that needs to go here, so we need a gap for that. But anytime you have flashing and a place for water to sit, you want to make sure there's at least 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch for water to kind of just drip over the edge, rather than just like hit it and then it'll like actually kind of start to try and work up rather than work its way down. So for anybody that maybe you've been doing siding for a while and you just have never done that, just something to kind of prevent further issues down the road. You just want to make sure you're doing it right the first time. I'm sure we've all learned that one way or another. But the next thing is, you can see that we don't have the chimney sided, and that was on purpose. We're going to be doing stone work on this next year. That's going to go all the way from the ground all the way up to the chimney opening at the top. So haven't really decided what we're going to do on that yet, but it's at least sealed up for now with the tape and everything, so we're good to go for the winter. I think one of my favorite things that was completed recently was the soffit and fascia. Black in color, it looks amazing. Looks really clean. It looked really good next to the dark green siding color. It also looks just awesome going up the ridge all the way up top. Did a really good job on it. Had some really big pieces he had to do on that outer edge, 18-inch pieces. So I know that's pretty hard to be able to do, so he made it look awesome. But definitely one thing that kind of just ties it all together. I love it. So as a GC, you got a lot of jobs ranging from like huge building, like the actual framing portion of it and everything, down to the smallest of tasks. So like doorknobs and just securing the home, in a sense. So sometimes I feel like a handyman, even though I'm not. But just little things like I have these little caps to cover up the deadbolt holes for the winter, just to kind of keep the temperature a little more comfortable and keeping bugs out and stuff like that. So that's kind of what we're doing now. And protector of this Believe it or not, that was not my first go. This is the second time I had to buy these. The other ones were not a good fit for it, so we did it right the first time. As far as you guys know. You know how you're knowing if you're a real man or not? And it has nothing to do with saying, yeah, that's not going anywhere when you do your straps up. It's if every time you grab a screw gun, you go. That's how you know if you're a man. I'm there, I've arrived. So we're on the back deck that goes off the east side of the cabin right now. Incredible views. Some fun things about this deck that are different than the original plans is that there will not be any stairs or anything going off of it. So there won't be any access. So they can have their grandkids and kids sleep out here in the summer nights under the stars and not have to worry about animals or rodents or anything like that. So that'll be kind of fun. Couple things about the access from the inside to here. There's 2 bedrooms. They'll each have their own doors. We kept them as a solid door just for privacy. Kind of thought maybe doing glass would have been a cool touch, but it just would have taken the privacy away from their bedroom. We've got some wires that come out, have a light on the side of each door, just so they have a good option to be able to see out here. But yeah, a couple plugs, but nothing fancy, just simple. I don't know if you guys know this, but I actually really don't like being on camera, so the fact that you guys are being graced with this is a treat in itself. I got you. You're good. Throw it. Whoa, that was a nice one. Come springtime, when we cover all these up, if we have nests in there and we don't know it, that's not gonna make it very effective for these vents. This vent is actually for the kitchen hood, so we really want this one to work. So kind of stuff. Is that good enough, Rhett? Good throw. Yeah, good job. All right, woohoo!
What's the Newton meter specs that we have to torque these down to?
At least 20 kilonewtons.
Okay.
As much as like 3 dump trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Not pulling, but actually pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what code it is, anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Utah code 49397.
Yeah, actually 3910.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 0.2.
Yeah. Viewers don't mix those up.
Yeah, it's pretty common too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just because of the way that it is, you have to do that. That about does it for this season. Last rag and the last hole, so we're gonna be heading out of here. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you guys and all the support. We're gonna be back at it next season, and I mean, we've got to finish it next year, so everything beyond this point is just gonna be hitting it hard as soon as we can get up here in April. Hopefully April is nice. So yeah, but yeah, thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed it.